Assalamu alaikum. We are a team of Animesh, Tawfiq Partho and Fahad Sarwar. Our topic is route of entry and common control measures. So today we are going to discussing about this. So let's start with the primary routes of entry. So how chemicals enter the body. Let's get into this. Hazardous chemicals may be harmful to your health. Understand the hazards and take precautions to protect yourself. There are four major routes through which a chemical can enter in your body. So we'll be discussing those routes later on. So the first one is inhalation. Hazardous chemicals in the air can be breathed in and can cause harm to the body. And the first stage for inhalation are move the worker to fresh air, loosen tight clothing, provide artificial breathing if necessary, and the last one is get medical attention. The next one is skin contact. So some hazardous chemicals injure the skin directly or can be absorbed in the body through the skin. So what are the first aid? The first aids are removing contaminated clothing. The second one is splash the skin with large amount of water for at least 15 minutes. And the last one is get medical attention. The third one is eye contact. So contact with some hazardous chemicals can cause injury to the eyes. The first aids are removing contaminated clothing, flash eyes with large amount of water for at least 15 minutes, and the last one is get medical attention.
The next one is ingestion. Now, ingestion is when hazardous chemicals can enter the body by eating or drinking foods that have been contaminated with chemicals. Now, the general first aid is we should not induce vomiting and we should not give anything in my mouth, and we should always seek medical attention. Now, the next one ways in which contaminants can enter the human body is by injection, meaning when sharp objects can puncture through the skin and inject chemicals into the blood which will enter the body. The next one, which is the first aid, is to flush the skin with large amounts of water for at least 15 minutes, and you should always get medical attention. Now the next one is control measures. So what are the general control measures? So how do we control the risk? We should always identify the risk involved, and then we should always assess the risk by determining the calculation and the severity and the likelihood of an accident occurring, and we should always control the risk associated with those hazardous chemicals, and we should always do the necessary things that needed to be done to sustain a better and healthy and safe environment. So if you take a look at this is the diagram, a pyramid hierarchy diagram, whereby you can see that starting from PPE and moving towards the elimination / substitution, we can see the effectiveness increases, and this is the way we can control and mitigate the hazards. Moving on to the next one. So the next one is, you can see from here, it's a table showing the substitution, elimination, isolation, engineering controls, and these are the types of controls, and we can see an examples of the types of control that we have here. For example, for a substitution, we can substitute hazardous chemicals for a less hazardous one. I mean, depending on what is needed by the company, what is needed by the plant, but it's always better to use a chemical that has less hazard and risk. That is all from us. Thank you.